Seth Kaplan, author of a new book about Delta Airlines' turnaround, spoke with Hub City Insider about Memphis International Airport's recovery from Delta's dehubbing and the prospects for future growth at MEM. Kaplan, managing director of Airline Weekly, is the author of Glory Lost and Found: How Delta Climbed from Despair to Dominance in the Post-9/11 Era. The book, which includes some discussion of Delta's cuts in its former Memphis hub, was released January 11th.
Memphis is not the only airport to ever lose a hub and then begin rebounding again. If you look at a place like Pittsburgh, say, it lost a hub, in its case a U.S. Airways hub, and it too has been growing again recently. The difference there, though, is that Pittsburgh lost its hub about a decade ago, whereas Memphis has begun growing again, really getting back on its feet rather quickly, considering that Delta really finished its dehubbing just in the last year or two here. Of course, it had begun reducing flights there sometime before that. Memphis is outpacing the growth at other airports, and I mean, jet fuel prices are helping airports everywhere, helping airlines everywhere, and so the fact that Memphis, even given that fact, is doing better than some, likely means that the airport itself should get some of the credit for going out and recruiting some of the new service by Frontier, by Allegiant, some of the Southwest growth that we see, attributable, yes, to lower jet fuel prices, but probably also to some of the marketing efforts that the airport has been undertaking. Basically, during the years when the hub was there, those airlines, United and American, saw Memphis as basically overserved in terms of what airlines call the local demand, the people who actually want to travel to and from Memphis, because, of course, there were a whole lot of seats that were there for the connecting passengers, the people who really weren't trying to go to or from Memphis, just passing through there on the way to other places. So once Delta made those very painful reductions, what it did was provide an opening for those other airlines, where from their perspective, they said, you know what, Memphis is no longer overserved relative to the local demand there. They saw opportunity, and they actually have been growing quite a bit, even as Delta itself has continued reducing its service.